Welcome back. We're heading into the slow season for the housing market, but this year could be worse than expected as sellers seem to be giving up. Diana Olick joins us to explain why. Diana.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, when a seller takes their home off the market, it's called a delisting, and they're now happening at an unusually high rate. Delistings in October, which are reported with a one-month lag, were up 45.5% year-to-date and up nearly 38% from October of last year. That, according to a new report from Realtor.com. Now, this is the highest delisting year since they began tracking in 2022. Delistings began to rise in June and have remained elevated for 5 straight months. About 6% of active listings have been coming off the market each month, which is typically something you only see in the dead of winter. All right, so why is it happening? Uncertainty in the economy, stagnant and high mortgage rates, and of course, a still pricey market. Locally, Miami, Denver, and Houston are seeing the highest ratio of delistings compared with new listings. Those are also markets that saw some of the biggest price gains in recent years. And in addition, and because of that, more potential buyers are now heading to what Realtor.com calls refuge markets, more affordable markets. Grand Rapids, St. Louis, Cleveland, Milwaukee, and Pittsburgh are all seeing much bigger price gains now than the rest of the country because demand there is suddenly surging. Now, later today, we do get earnings from luxury home builder Toll Brothers. We haven't had any government data on the home builders since before the shutdown, but Toll has been outperforming simply because its buyers are less reliant on mortgage rates. Now, they did guide to lower home deliveries. We'll see how much lower when we get those results this afternoon. Back to you guys.
Diana, this wave of delistings, what does it do to the overall supply-demand picture? Because we do have some home builders that are kind of curtailing their production maybe from next year. And there was this sort of silver lining that said, well, we are getting a little more secondary flow. Is that going to be compromised now?
Yeah, we were seeing more inventory come onto the market. Now we're seeing that gain start to shrink more as people are taking their homes off the market and they get stale. I wish we had government data to see where housing starts and permits were, but we simply don't. We'll maybe find something out from Toll this afternoon about what their thoughts are. But this is just going to shrink that supply more, which what does that do? It keeps prices elevated.